Anyways, if you never had a psychic reading from a real tight Poom Poom Bronx thing before, call me now.
Can I borrow $500? I'm kind of popped right now.
Let me think. Next caller.
Yo, this don't suck my I don't know what to do, man. Yo, work to blood.
Let me see. That's because she's borrowing. You need something better. Let me tell ya. Get a side thing. Hold on, let me show you how it works. 5 thrusting mode, 7 vibrations, really bad.
Side thing changed my life. All them vibrating modes and the thrust and the rotation. Whew. Just a quick question. Are you really Jamaican?
Do I call your job asking you questions about yourself? Mind your business. Anyways, go purchase a side ting at sideting.com. Call me now.
I just called my fiance to tell him that I pulled over on the side of the road because I have a horrible migraine. And I was like, yeah, I'm super nauseous. I can't see straight. I can't look at the light. The walls are closing in. And do you know what this man has the audacity to ask me? He says, well, did you drink any water today? Well, did you drink any water today?
Okay. So let me just say, any woman who will berate their boyfriend, their husband in a public video, get rid of her. Listen, I know you're engaged, whoever this idiot is, right, who's engaged to her. You should call her and say, honey, you know what? I'm done. The fact that you did that, the fact that you released that video, are you kidding me?
Men nowadays, they don't want girlfriends.
The men you want don't want girlfriends. No. The ones that get super up and successful, no point for them to settle down a little bit unless they're oral or religious because they have so much optionality.
I agree.
You wait to the end when they already made it. Why they struggle all this time to not express and enjoy the reward of optionality with women. You know what I'm saying? You got to use some discernment, see if this guy can have potential to be something in the future, and then lock him down. So you got to find somebody.
Are you an open man or are you?
I'm a loyal nigga. So you need some. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good here.
Yeah.
See what's going on. You be choosing.
Yeah.
Yo, this is just the sad reality of dating.
Imagine you start dating a girl when you're 17 and just a few weeks later she moves in with you and you begin living together. After a few years, you decide to propose. She says yes, but then tragedy strikes. Your future wife is diagnosed with cancer. You're a professional Valorant player, one of the most beloved in the entire world, but you decide to walk away at the peak of your career to take care of your woman's health. You start donating your own blood and other things because your genes are compatible. You take care of every expense, medical bills, apartment rent, household costs, and pleasures for both you and your girlfriend. You accompany her every step of the way. Chemotherapy, treatments, hospitalizations, recovery. You help your girlfriend build a professional career on streaming and video platforms. Her audience grows exponentially in no time. Meanwhile, you have to push your own channel to the background. And in the end, after doing all this sacrifice, she decides to leave you because she needs to discover herself.
Yo, he literally did everything for her. Literally everything. And this is why we say nice guys finish last. You're not getting nicer than this. Put your career on hold. She gets cancer. Instead of just, bailing, he puts his career on hold to take care of her. Blood matches up, literally waiting on her hand and foot. He even boosted her career by getting her a channel and putting all his popularity on her so she could make her own bread. He literally did everything right, and she repays him by saying, I need to rediscover myself. You wanted to brink and I took care of you. I literally stepped away from streaming at the height of my career to take care of you, did everything. Maybe her moving in early was a red flag, but this is how it is. These shorties are ungrateful. She'll never meet a man that will do that for her. Not like this guy. But this is what I'm saying. You be so nice to these chicks and they don't appreciate it. She might say she does, but her actions speak louder. They're over now. She got a popular channel making her own money, and she's back into the world about to be a thoughtopus. And it's sad because, again, this guy is mad nice. He's the epitome of a good dude that would do for his wife, his lady. He proposed to her, good guy, and got completely shitted on, unfortunately. It sucks to see shit like this happen, but we try to tell people, when you're this kind of person, depending on the woman that you're with, you will get completely taken advantage of.
I could never live with somebody who sleeps until noon on a Saturday.
That's such a good point. I feel like
it's
lifestyle is so important, and those are things that you can pick up on before you decide to move in with somebody.
Women just agree with anything other women say just because they want to be supportive. I don't even know why. It's so stupid. If that guy is working his ass off all week, he doesn't get to sleep in? because you don't want him to? Are you kidding me? He doesn't get to rest. And then she's like, yeah, that's such a good point. No, that's a terrible point.
Never experienced the feeling of losing a good man. I've never sat here and be like, fuck, I lost a good one. Never! Because I'm the good man.
I done told y'all this. In their minds, they're incapable of being wrong. I could bet my life confidently that her and all the women in the comments and in the likes who agree with this take have had a good man, either want them or have been with a good man, but they've left that good man and said, we just didn't work out. There was something missing. He didn't have enough, something code word for toxicity, yada, yada, yada. I can confidently bet my life on that. Like, I know that however old this woman is, in her life, she's come across a man who had nothing but pure intentions, and she didn't like him for whatever reason. She might have straight up called bro a square. But in these women's minds, they're incapable of being, it's not even that they like won't take accountability, like literally something's wired in their mind. They're incapable of realizing when they're wrong. You ever prove a woman wrong, what's the first thing she gonna hit you with? Men, let me know, what's she gonna call you? Yeah, she either called you, she called you sassy, she called you toxic, she called you manipulative, she called you a liar, she called you a gaslighter, she called you one of them things. If you've ever proved a woman wrong, something's wrong with you. It's not that what she did was wrong. It's not that what she did was wrong. It's not that she could have possibly misstepped. It's not possible that she was maybe disrespectful to you. No, something's wrong with you because she can't be wrong. This whole time, I thought it was like an accountability issue, but it's literally in their reality. Like there is some type of genjutsu. They can't perceive themselves to be an issue. Like, I don't think there's a man out there in all his dating life in between the ages of 18 that could ever say that they've dated multiple women before and could say, I was never the problem one time. Like, I don't think there's every man at some point be like, yeah, I was the problem here. I did this here. They can point out when they've been wrong and when they've been wronged. Women can only point out when they're wrong. I mean, when someone else has done them wrong. Men, how many times have you heard a woman ever say, yeah, I was the problem? And not in like a tongue-in-cheek type of way where she's like, man, haha, I'm so toxic. No, when has a woman ever sat down like, man, I really messed up with that dude? Yeah, exactly.
Holy you guys. I don't know if there's like a plague going on in West Orange, New Jersey for wedding venues, but easily one of the most iconic and well-known wedding venues, I would say, in all of New Jersey, or at least in all of northern New Jersey, is closing as of July 5th of this year. And as of this moment, you can Google to and you won't find out where it is.
And we were supposed to get married at Circle B Wedding and Event Center in Isanti, Minnesota in less than 2 weeks, so on May 4th of 2024 here. And we just got an email that they effectively immediately closed the venue. And so we have nowhere to go and not getting our money back.
It's been 12 hours since I found out that our wedding venue closed 32 days before our wedding, and they kept all of our money. I know that there were people trying to share our story last night. I tried to comment back.
My wedding is in 51 days, and yesterday we got a call that our venue will be closing down 20 days before our event.
A little birdie has told me that there are 2 wedding venues in the Adelaide Hills that have closed last minute and with no notice. So we've had some inquiries from couples that are getting married really, really soon, like in just a couple of weeks.
That is disgusting, and that is a problem.
Put a shirt on. I care because the younger generation's getting ruined by girls that think it's okay to dress.
I also believe in God. I'm a Christian. I go to church every Sunday. So no.
Church on Sunday, dress like this on a Friday night.
God wouldn't want men to speak to women like this.
I'm saving the world.
No, you're not.
I am. Yo, cameraman, get off a ring bet. Get off a ring bet.
That's not.
It's not right to have morals.
Honestly, I'm open to constructive criticism.
Then you shouldn't have a guy on the side of the street telling you to put a shirt on. Your friend should be telling you to dress more modestly.
No.
If you want constructive criticism.
That is very much like something that a man that doesn't care for women or their well-being would
I don't care for girls like this. When you're out like disrespecting yourself, why should I respect you?
You
Maybe
walked past me and said to put a shirt on. That is disgusting, and that is a problem.
It's disgusting.
You need to go to church. You need to be real.
Typical woman talking over me. I can't speak, but only you can speak. I don't get to speak yet.
Get your life.
I've seen you on TikTok, bro, and IG. I don't get to speak yet.
It's disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, she's disgusting, didn't it? She's disgusting. Bro,
thank you.
I watch your videos, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
And I think Jedediah was reviewing kind of like a video where the lady, I think she was engaged, and she was pulled over on the side of the road. She had a headache, and her boyfriend had the audacity, or excuse me, her fiance had the audacity to ask her, have you had any water today? And that's what you have to ask these modern women, because they don't take care of themselves. They're like little children. Have you had any water? Oh yeah, you're right. What they'll do, and I honestly think after listening to the video, she was probably playing. It's probably I'm kind of bragging on my man that, the things that I forget, the things that I don't do, it's so simple. I'm thinking it's this, I'm thinking it's that. And he says, did you drink any water? No, I didn't drink any water. Why didn't I think of that? Because that's how a lot of people are. They'll be thinking one way, but then somebody says, have you done this? And it'd be so simple, it'd be common sense. So I honestly think that's what the video is about. She's kind of poking fun at herself, but then she was also kind of bragging on her boyfriend, even though it didn't sound like that. But I do get Jedediah's point, right? There's a lot of these modern women out here that will get online, and we've seen over time, multiple times, over and over again, and women will create a series about it. And they'll be dead serious about talking about how terrible their man is, how they never should have gotten with that man. And if I had never done this, my life would have been so much better. It wouldn't have, because you would have had to live with yourself, and you are terrible.
A good woman is hard to find, right? Funny, because if you ask any woman if she's a good woman, she'll say yes. So somebody's lying. Somebody's not telling the truth. Either the men can't recognize a good woman if she slapped them in the face, or a whole lot of women are lying to themselves about who they really are. Now let's be real. A good woman is not about being cute. It's not about having your own money. It's not about not cheating. That's basic. That's standard. A good woman brings peace, not drama. She respects her man in public and in private. She can take accountability without turning it into a 3-hour argument. She knows how to disagree without the disrespect. She pours into her man without keeping score. But here's the problem. Most people judge themselves by their intentions, while everybody else judges them based on their actions. So a woman might think she's a good woman because she means well, but if her actions are prideful, selfish, and defensive, guess what? That's not good. Good women aren't rare because they don't exist. They're rare because most women stop doing the work to become one, but they still claim the title anyway.
Apologize for being late. My wife just... All right, we've got a lot on the agenda today, so let's begin. And yes, Matthew?
Hey, I'm so sorry. I mean, your wife.
Yeah, well, as you might expect, the pain's unlike anything I've ever experienced before, but we've got a lot to do today, so let's keep moving, okay? Next question, Jim?
Can I ask what happened to Janie?
Jim, what happened was it was a car accident. We can't just bring the entire nation to a halt because of it. So does anybody have a question for the president?
Is there anything I can do to help?
Cards or flowers can be sent to my office, thank you.
Do you need anyone to talk to or someone to help you with anything?
People, this subject is not on the agenda today. Believe me, there's nothing I'd like more than to drop down behind this podium and weep. But I can't do this. Why? Because I'm a grown man, I've got a job to do, and so do you. So I'm going to take one more question on the matter of my wife, and then we're moving on, okay? Wilson?
Have you told Bobby and Megan yet?
Well, the children were in the car with their mother at the time. They're at Georgetown University Hospital. Bobby's in a coma, and Megan lost her legs. Okay, next question.
Ladies, stop comparing yourselves to us. We are not the same.
Why were you just staring at me?
What?
Cotton 4K, champ.
You got ring lights, did you?
I'm trying to document my fitness journey. Instead, I'm documenting creeps like you.
I'm gonna finish up over there. Good luck with
You
everything.
wish you could handle all this.
All right.
Sicko.
Whoa, why were you just staring at me?
Are you being serious right now?
Save it, dude.
Oh.
It's all going on my day in the life gym vlog.
You brought a camcorder to the gym? Why would you do
Because I'm trying to document my fitness
That's
journey.
like from the 90s,
But
dude.
instead, I'm documenting creeps like you.
Okay, look, miss.
This is where we're at in today's day and age.
Why were you staring at me?
I wasn't staring at you.
Save it! It's all going in the documentary.
You say documentary?
Surprise!
Camera speed.
Sound speeds.
Okay, punch it in for a close-up on the creep.
And that's when I knew it was time to switch gyms.
You brought a cameraman and a sound guy to the
I
gym.
wanted to make a Netflix documentary about my fitness journey, but instead I'm filming it about creeps like you! Is there a problem, sir?
Just let me leave the gym in peace.
Sicko. Scumbag.
You disgust me.
This is going in my photo collage. This is going in my home videos.
And this is going in my scrapbook.
This is going in our movie.
And so our story concludes with this creepy little lurking loser not learning his lesson.
You brought a film crew and a film director to the gym?
He's won 3 Oscars.
You're gonna get a lot of work in this business, pal. You're playing the creep. It's gonna sell out everywhere.
Just let me leave the gym in peace!
Women can do it on their own. We don't have to shut the f up, bro. If that's what you like, then get what you like, and good luck. I hope you find it.
Name me one-
I like something else, and I hope I find it too. Good luck to both.
Name me one billionaire outside of Oprah that did it on her own.
I don't know. I don't keep up.
There isn't one. Hey, I'll tell you about the richest women in the world. Google that. Guess where they got their riches from? Divorce. That means they didn't do it on their own. Success is a team sport, no matter how you think about it. A man needs a woman. Hold on. A man needs a woman just as much as a woman needs a man. That's all a woman can do about themselves. Is what's wrong with the culture today. I can look at you and say your strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa, and that's value to me. How is it so hard for you to see the value in me, though? I understand that you got a Benz. I got a Benz too. I have value too. We can see the value in women, but as soon as women start getting some money, it's like they forget who the goddamn put them in position to make it. The last time I checked, most of these businesses that these women are making all this money for were ran and owned by men. OnlyFans, you know who made that? A man. Lip gloss, you know who made that?
Man.
A man. Hair weave, you know who created that? A man. Mercedes-Benz, a man. So how are y'all getting so high strung on your high horses about you don't need a nigga when everything of your existence was created by a man?
All right, Short King, where do you consider that?
How tall are you?
5'7".
I'm 5'6".
I hate when short men are referred to as short kings. King to who? Snow White's dwarfs? Huh?
You can get such a hot guy if he's short, like on discount, okay? Like,
This morning I got on Facebook and saw there was a girl from my hometown who put a post up that said, "Good morning to everybody except all the men under 6 foot." And all of her homegirls got on there and they thought it was funny and they started tagging guys and the guys were coming on there and they were just being cool. They were being like, aha, funny, haha. But the girls were having the time of their life. They thought that was funny. I said, that is kind of funny. I could be funny too. So I just swooped in there, put a comment in there and I said, "Good morning to everybody except all the girls over 160 pounds. I don't know why they're tripping. I thought we were just being funny this morning. But I said, you know what? Maybe they didn't get that one. Let me try again. So I hopped back in the ring and put one more comment and said, "Good morning to everybody except all the girls with multiple baby daddies." Now they're in my DMs about it. Listen, the big broke girls with multiple baby daddies are going to leave those short kings alone this year. I'm not having it. Bro cannot help that he is 5'7". You could eat less and stay off your back. You all better find something safe to do this year.
You're being mean. Stop it. This is just a PSA that I could never be married to a man that sleeps in.
Why? Would it be such a bad thing if a gentleman actually got some rest?
I could never be married to a man that sleeps in and sleeps in longer than I do. And neither should you.
I always find these sorts of videos rather enlightening because it tells you a lot about the type of person that would say that, because they apparently don't see their partner as a person that deserves to take time for themselves, because instead of sleeping in, as was in the descriptor of that video, they should be up building a shed at 7 a.m. But let me remind a lot of you that agree with this lady's statement that if a man said this, that would be a whole different story, wouldn't it? It wouldn't go over so well. Because if a guy said that a woman should not be sleeping in, that she should be up cleaning the house, making breakfast, or any other number of various tasks, they would be going after him in droves. But as long as a woman says it about a man, well, that's okay. And some even consider it to be funny.
You're my homeboy, but you're still a man, so there are things that I expect from you even though we're not in a romantic relationship. Let's get to it. Number one, if you are in the car with me while I'm getting gas, you are pumping my gas. I don't know why that one's controversial.
I'm gonna stop you right there. As a female friend, you get 0 special privileges. 0. You're the homie. You're the same thing as my homeboy at this point in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you're a girl doesn't mean I'm gonna treat you any differently than my homeboy. If I'm in the car with my homeboy and he pulls up to get gas, am I pumping the gas? No. What are you talking about? You can't expect me to treat you like the homeboy, but then also treat you like my girl. Like, I'm not doing that. This is what I'm talking about when I say women don't view men as human beings. They view them as, and women put men in 2 categories, okay? 3 categories. You're either their father, their servant, or you don't exist. Those are the only options you got for women. You're either their father, their servant, or you simply don't exist in their reality.
Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Okay, but women are supposed to turn felons, cheaters, and liars into kings?
Ma'am, no one said that you had to be with a felon. Why are y'all out here trying to be with felons? Y'all so desperate to be in a relationship, y'all pulled an Ash Rubino and decided to hang around county jails and state prisons looking for a man? Maybe y'all trying to lock those inmates down before the other girls meet them outside of the prison and the county jail by doing congregational visits. Getting pregnant, having twins, and finding out that guy lied to you because he's really getting out in 25 years, not less. What happened to I know my worth? I'm not settling for bare minimum. I'm not lowering my standard. What do you think felons are? Last but not least, no one said that women had to turn felons, liars, and cheaters into kings. Y'all established it by saying, I can change him. Yeah.
And you know, I really like when what one of the influencers or one of the creators said when they said these modern women, a lot of people I should say, they judge themselves off of the intent. Well, I didn't intend to do this, when everybody else is judging them off of their actions. I didn't mean to. I was thinking about, I understand. And it's over and over again with modern women. They do this over and over again. I didn't think that, I wasn't looking for, I didn't plan on. At some point in time, and this is what we keep on running into as men. You didn't plan on, you didn't think that. There's a lot of things. You hired the man to do the decision making, to make the decisions for you. And you said, well, I didn't think that. And the man told you, okay, let's do this. We're going to go here. We're going to do that. And you didn't listen. You didn't listen. And now you screwed his life up. Okay, let's go over here. And they think it's fun. Well, I'm just a girl. And they keep on screwing the man's life up. And then when the man finally is frustrated, why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep going that way? Why do you keep doing that? You keep on screwing us, both of us. Stop doing that. You're not helping well, I just thought that. Nobody care about your thought. I understand. I knew what you were doing when you went over there. That's why I told you not to do that. Stop doing that. But we get a whole bunch of excuses and nonsense from modern women who don't know how to take accountability.
About it. The worst woman in the worst way that has been the most terrible to you is probably sitting in therapy right now being validated for all of her wrongdoing. And how is it that every single thing that a man does nowadays is considered, or every single man on this planet has been, and these women have just sat there innocently and done nothing wrong? Your husband isn't if his tone changes when he feels neglected or disrespected. Your husband isn't emotionally if he decides to go pick up McDonald's instead of eating your dinner at night. Like, your husband isn't if he tries to get you to spend less money because you're overspending at Hobby Lobby. The crazy part about it is every single thing gets slapped with some kind of label to make women feel like they're less delusional than they actually are. Just remember, these therapists know that there's more money to be made in validating women than there is in holding women accountable. These therapists will recommend them to other doctors or other psychiatrists or even other therapists, and it's all one big marketing scheme and one big MLM. The other crazy part to think about is that these men will sit in therapy and realize that they're being gaslit, that they're being ganged up upon, and that the entire therapy session or the idea of therapy is just to be ganged up upon and to find no resolution other than the fact that men suck. So when he gets up and leaves, then they can then validate her feelings even further, like, see, now my husband didn't even want to do therapy with me. And it's all because all it does is really shift blame onto the men, that everything is their fault, while simultaneously creating a cycle where the therapist and everybody involved continues to make money. Okay, bye.
So this reel came up on my page, and it was a black man and an Asian woman, a couple. And I love to see interracial couples and couples of different races, ethnicities, and cultures come together, because I think it's the most beautiful thing, is to share our differences and our uniqueness, right? But in his caption, he had said something like, once you go Asian, you don't go back. And a lot of his reels I see are of him just showcasing his Asian woman and what she does for him on a daily basis. And it's not to say that other women of different races and other ethnicities don't do this, because they absolutely do. A man can absolutely awaken that side of a woman, where she is nurturing, where she's loving, where she's so attentive to her man. She can sense things before he even says it. And she's constantly moving around him in that way to be of service to him. But I will say that Asian women, it is ingrained in them to be this way. They grew up with very, very strong family morals, values, to be of service to your family, your man. And like, we're proud of that. Like, the way that we treat our men, the way that we cater to them, the way that we cater to our children, the way that we love and just nurture them, it is like top tier. It is top tier. I'm not gonna lie. But also too, I have to say, on the same token, that man has to also reciprocate, okay? Because we are not stupid. We do see when you nurture back. We do see when you do, like, you know, you do certain things for us, and it is so appreciated. And the more you give to your woman, she's gonna multiply that 10 times and give it right back to you. I promise. I promise. So if you get a good Asian woman, don't fumble.
When a woman is truly in love with you, she adjusts to you. Her tone will soften, her attitude will shift, and her behavior self-corrects because she cares. When she's not in love, she challenges everything. Every request you have becomes an argument. Every concern you have becomes, oh, that is just your insecurity. And every flaw that she displays gets defended as what? Oh, this is just who I am. No. Those lines do not mean confidence. It means indifference. Love does not demand acceptance of disrespect. Hear that again. Love does not demand acceptance of disrespect. Love creates awareness. It creates restraint, and it also creates effort. Women also change for desire, and desire cannot be negotiated, argued, or begged for. A woman who values you does not need ultimatums. She notices what hurts you and fixes it on her own. A woman who doesn't value you will tell you just to deal with it or suck it up. Pay close attention to accountability. If she refuses it, deflects it, or turns every conversation into a power struggle, she's already halfway out the door. This is not about men versus women. This is basic human behavior. People improve for what they fear losing, not what they feel entitled to. So if you are constantly explaining yourself, lowering your standards, or swallowing the disrespect just to keep the peace, understand this clearly. Peace without respect is just a slow, eroding abandonment. So put your foot down and put her in her place when you need to.
I'm on a date right now, and we're going over celebrity crushes. And he just told me one of his celebrity crushes is Jessica Alba. I was like, okay, perfect. Mine is Annalie Choppa. And he didn't know who that was, so I'm pulling out pictures. And I'm like, okay, I get a pass for him. He's like, no, you don't. I'm like, you would get a pass for Jessica? Like, what in the world? He's like, I wouldn't do that. Why in what world would he be in the same room as her and have the opportunity to and not do that? Like, I would be mad. Okay, a celebrity that doesn't have herpes.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
No, I wasn't raised like that.
Halle Berry
No.
is in the room and you're not doing it.
No, if we're married, not a chance. If we're...
What if I tell you it's okay?
No. It's not okay.
What's funny to me is that women that have opinions like this will turn around a day from now, a week from now, years from now, and they'll be asking, where are all the good men? Well, ladies, you kind of turned him off with your opinions because all that discussion revealed is that you are not committed and you are not loyal.
I learned this from men, actually. Started asking men, do you want to be married? Almost all of them said yes. But they never left out the sentence afterwards, the qualifier. When I meet the right person, if I meet the right person. So I listened very carefully, right? So I started asking the question, what makes a woman the right person for you to marry? There are 12 things on the list that make a person the right person to marry. And none of them are love. Nobody said love. I love her. That was the given. That's the easy part. Loving women is not scarce to them, so they don't have to find a woman to love. They're looking for a woman with complementary strength. And they see a woman that's really, really, really strong, but they don't need to be duplicated. And they don't want to be duplicated. They want to be admired for the ways that they're strong that you aren't. And the only reason they want to be admired by you is because they admire you.
All right, I need y'all to settle an argument for me before I get a divorce. So I'm making some chicken tenders on the grill, right? It's me, my wife, her daughter, my daughter. They don't like barbecue sauce. She's furious. She's pissed off at me right now because something to do with the way this chicken looks. Can somebody tell me? She's like, so this is the one you made for you and your daughter, and this is the one you made for me and my daughter. And I'm like, yeah, this one I put barbecue sauce on this one because you guys said you don't like barbecue sauce. See, this is like the last couple pieces that'll go there to make the piles just as big. But she's like, you don't see anything wrong with this. And I'm like, what should I see wrong with it? I see 2 piles of chicken. Mine and my daughters have barbecue sauce because we like that, and yours don't because you got. What did I do wrong? Okay, real quick. Now that the rest of the tenders are off, their pile actually looks bigger, in my opinion, which I don't know. She won't tell me what is wrong. She just keeps saying, you can't tell me what's wrong with this. You can't look at this and tell me what's wrong with this. This is one you made for us, and that's one you made for you. Like, what did I do wrong?
Oh, this poor man is so frustrated. I think what's going on is that her and her daughter's chicken doesn't look as good as yours and your daughter's chicken. The big debate that's going on in the comments is who is in the wrong. In my opinion, it would have been nice for him to take that extra step and marinate that chicken in a different flavor or season it differently instead of just leaving it plain. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it should have been expected of him. She's in the wrong for getting upset over her expectation, and definitely in the wrong for then stonewalling him because she won't actually say the words to tell him what is wrong. But then he's in the wrong for putting this on social media. They're both in the wrong. They just need to say sorry and remember that they don't need to get a divorce over chicken tenders.
This man believes that if a woman knowingly makes a false accusation of rape proven beyond doubt, she should face the same prison sentence the man would have faced if found guilty.
But I think that if anybody makes a false accusation about anything, let's use a woman making a false, she knows it's a false accusation of against the man, and she's caught, and it's proven she did that beyond a reasonable doubt, she should serve whatever prison sentence that man would have served if her accusation had been believed.
And why is it so hard for things like that to get passed? Like, shouldn't that be cut and dry?
Well, because most of the people making the false accusations tend to be women making those kinds of false accusations. Mm-hmm. And women are treated, as in life generally, with softer gloves than men are treated. They get shorter prison sentences. They get more favorable treatment in court. They're less likely to get convicted in the first place on essentially identical facts. Society just treats women differently than men, especially when they're going to be put to some kind of duress.
Yeah. Should the penalty for a proven false accusation match the crime itself?
Sarah hit it right on the head. She hit it right on the head. These therapists, some of the time, to be fair, some of the time these therapists are actually trying to help, and they start off trying to help. But these modern women, they switch up so much. And like I said in some other videos, these therapists, some of them do actually have integrity. And so what happens sometimes, is that these therapists, they start off trying to validate the person. Okay, we're not going to attack. We're going to let them talk for a little bit. We're going to take care of them first because they need to get a few things out, right? Let's listen to your problem and what you got going on. And now, you've been in therapy for about 6 months. Now let's start talking about, because I hear we talk about this. And some of these therapists are really good at what they do. And they make a really, really good transition to, okay, now let's start talking about other things, and they'll make the transition so smooth, you'll never even knew it came. You'll never even know that now you're talking about yourself. But once the therapists start asking these modern women to do the inner work, to do the healing and get rid of all that bitterness, that's when they want to, I'm going to another therapist because you don't understand my problems. And that might take a few, honestly and truly, not a few years, but maybe a year and a half to get to that point to where the therapist even turns and says, okay, now let's focus on you. Let's see what you got going on here. Because they know it's kind of delicate, and I know you don't want to talk about that. So some of the time, these modern women, the therapists, they're actually doing their job. It's just that these modern women, they switch so many times, and what they're looking for is a therapist to say exactly what they want, right? Some therapists do, but some of these therapists, they actually have some credibility. And those are the therapists that get left.
Nothing worse than a cute girl that you want to put on mute, right? You know it.
Men, I have a question for you. What do you bring to the table? Yeah. You want to ask girls all the time, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Because I'm sure as we all bring a lot more to the table than you do. The amount of men I've dealt with this last year, I hate men. I love arguing with men. I love it so much. It's my favorite pastime because they're all so stupid. The more men I have to deal with, I'm just like, oh my god, you're an idiot. You're a princess. Like, you want to be interviewed. You want us to ask the questions. You don't want to do any work. You want us to travel to see. You want us to pay for things. Anything else, princess?
She didn't tell me what women bring to the table. So I'm still waiting, honey. Where's the list of what you bring to the table, right? You're mad because you're saying guys bring nothing to the table. Are you dating a bunch of deadbeat guys? Are you giving a bunch of deadbeat guys time? Good guys bring a lot to the table, right?
Ladies, let's remember that victimhood and womanhood are not synonymous. Just because you think about yourself as the victim of your story in your life and you've had some things happen to you because you're a woman does not mean that all women think of themselves as victims. Take me, for example. I do not think about myself as a victim of the patriarchy, of systematic oppression, of any of that. I have a very great life. I have been very blessed. And if anything, I have seen my brothers go through more hardships by being Black men than I have seen as being a Black woman. And that's just my opinion. You are allowed to have your opinion and think that you are oppressed because you are a woman. Some women are oppressed because they're women. That's you. But that doesn't mean every woman has to identify with that. That doesn't mean that all women everywhere are oppressed, whether they think it or not, and women in society in general. Stop speaking for everybody. You can't speak for everybody. You can't speak for women like me. I don't identify with that. So just remember that when you're stating your opinion, it is your opinion, but I also have mine. You can be oppressed by the patriarchy. I'm not. To each their own.
At no other point in human history have women had more freedom, have had more rights, have had more privileges, have had more comfort, have had more access to education, have had all these benefits. And it also correspondingly and coincidingly, at no other point in human history have women had more hatred, more contempt for men. At no other point in human history have women been less grateful for the bounty which is almost exclusively bestowed upon you by benevolent men.
What are we talking about?
You say, well, women are oppressed. Women have equal rights to men. Women have more freedom. They have more choice. They have more privilege, more benefits, more comfort. Almost all the comforts that you and I enjoy is because of the genius and the labor of men.
Oh, goodness.
It's look, everything you take for granted.
Oh, my God.
Everything you take for granted, I'm telling you.
Okay, so there are a decent number of profiles like this. Okay, 31, female, based in the US, event coordinator, average looking in my opinion, and wearing heavy makeup, with false lashes in all of her photos, including the casual ones. Here are some excerpts of her profile. I would like someone who is physically my type, attractive, fit, full head of hair, 5'11" or above, at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Looks matter to me. He must be educated and have a stable job well into 6 figures. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and a high-value man who understands the worth of a woman in a relationship. I won't tolerate anyone who does not know how to treat someone like a lady. I have high standards and I'm not interested in anyone who is trying to lower my standards. Now, this person is rejected because I don't think that the person that she wants will want her back. I mean, I've already seen profiles like this, and she doesn't meet their requirements. But what's very interesting to me is this discourse about trying to lower my standards. I've actually seen that sentiment a bunch of times in my comment section, and I don't actually know what that means. I think it's a very weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean other people are trying to lower your standards? Nobody cares what your standards are, and nobody cares even more to try and lower them. This is a free market, so you can have all of the standards that you want. You can ask for a billionaire if you want, but people also have to choose you. Now, as a matchmaker, I can factually tell you that based on what you're looking for, those people who do meet your requirements, whether or not they would want you back or not. So at some point, especially for someone in my position, it's simply about reality. And what I would say to this person is, hold on to your standards, hold on to them tight, and find yourself someone.
Naomi Lynn, you're dating athletes.
Mm-hmm.
NFL?
Yeah.
NBA?
Yeah.
How many NFL players have you dated?
3-ish.
What teams?
I prefer not to disclose that information. Talk about people
NBA players too?
Yeah.
These men, who I assume are in exceptional physical shape, are very high status given the nature of their profession, I assume are well off financially. Obviously, not all NFL players are compensated the same, but why didn't it work with any of them?
Because I didn't want to take anything seriously.
You didn't? You're telling me you didn't want to pursue a long-term romantic relationship with, I assume these men are, in terms of, if we're looking at their status or their wealth or, top 1% men.
Sure.
Not good enough for you.
I never said that.
Well, I mean,
I said some were casual. One relationship was like a year relationship, and we just didn't see eye to eye, and there were third-party situations that affected that relationship. So we mutually decided, we're like, probably not best.
Man, is there any single men that are really trying to find their person that's not for the streets? Because it just seems like that's what's going on. All y'all men is just not serious about being with one woman. Y'all want your cake and your ice cream, your food, like everything. And then you ruining the good women because you're lying and you're playing games. Like, where are the real men that are really trying to find their person and settle down? Are y'all out there? Like, where are y'all? I know I'm at home. I'm a homebody, and that's probably one of my reasons or why I haven't ran into the right one. But golly, dating sucks. Bless it.
And what I also tell black women, if you're going to go get you an African man from the continent, you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
Why the it's not tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us, though, because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down, or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
A woman's mental load is fake. It is a crock of a woman's mental load is made up, and it is a crock of it is a woman's anxieties that she's put upon herself, and she's taken on more responsibility, and she uses it to self-sacrifice herself as if she's doing more in the relationship to make you feel like. Most women will take on more and more responsibility without ever having to ask, and they will take on this responsibility as if there's some kind of mortar to the relationship, and the only way the relationship is working out is because she does it all. It's also made up so when she's ready to divorce your ass or needs an excuse to leave you, she has it on a silver platter with a laundry list of expectations and imaginary standards that you didn't even know about. So when she's ready to leave, she'll dump your ass. And it's all just one big manipulation tactic to use it against you later on for not doing enough in the relationship, even though it's all her made up anxieties in the first place. And what's crazy is that some of these women are so delusional is that they use this kind of mental load talk to pretend like they're like oppressed in their relationships because they're taking on too much of responsibilities. Like, so now you're oppressed and your husband or boyfriend is not doing enough because, let me guess, you're thinking about all of the responsibilities that you simply have to do it as an adult. You're resentful and angry about it. Like, can someone make that make sense? Somehow that's your husband's fault for taking on all this imaginary workload to make yourself feel like you're doing more in the relationship as a self-serving act just to use it against him later. As if that's not manipulative. And what's actually crazy is that men do struggle with mental load. This is the exact same mental load that men have, but guess what? Men are told to shut the up. They have no support, and they've been told to be quiet since birth. Okay, bye.
And you have a matchmaker, which, by the way, I think she does it for free, telling these modern women with the same thing that men have been telling these modern women. Keep your standards, aim high. But these standards are not going to help anybody. Because the men that, I know you guys are trying to aim for a certain life and a certain man, but you're not qualified for that. These men don't want you, right? And it's not because you're a bad person. It's just there might be somebody else that catches their eye. Well, she's not prettier than me. She doesn't have to be. She might do the things that he needs. And notice I didn't say want, I said needs. Well, I need a woman that does this, because, and once again, men, they know how to plan. They have a vision. A lot of times, you might have a man that, okay, I know where I want to go, but I need a little help on the vision. That's where you kind of come in and help him out at. Modern women don't want to do that. So they just nag, and actually they get in the way of a man's vision, because a man has to try to figure out how to keep you happy on the road to his vision. And I think a man would be okay keeping you happy if you provided some value, but you're not providing any value. You just become a bill. You're not an asset, right? So he has to stop, take you to Starbucks, take you to Target, and before you know it, it's a full day of running and he's got nothing done. And you have to do it all over again tomorrow. Then you're going to look at him like, why are you not doing anything? Why are you not getting any work done? Why is no money coming in? Well, because I have to be worried about you. I have to be worried about what you're doing. And that's not helping me out. That's why I keep on trying to tell you. Modern women don't care. They're only worried about themselves.